A couple of videos ago, we spoke about the reasons that people get married, and I alluded to the fact that, for me, at least subjectively, some of the most important reasons would be, number one, partnership, number two, companionship, and number three, someone who makes you better. And this became very prevalent in a conversation that I was having with someone who, as a lady, she had to actually turn down an opportunity that came to her simply because her husband and partner was not comfortable with this opportunity. Now, this is something that happens all the time, and it leads to a bigger question of, as men and women, as husbands and wives, are we each other's partner? Do we seek to help each other progress in our lives and the things that we're doing? Or are we doing things in marriage and in relationships that are suppressive to our individual journeys? Because a relationship is two people together moving in a particular direction. But are you still able to be successful and achieve things and get what's yours within that relationship? Let's talk about how we support each other in relationships. My name is Monesi, and you're watching Get Yours. The great thing about human beings is that we're always growing and evolving and changing with the times. I mean, the person that I am when I'm 20, when I'm 25, when I'm 30, 35, and so on, is not going to be the same person. And when you are in a relationship, especially a long-term relationship with someone, those changes that manifest and your dreams, your ambitions, and your goals within that relationship will always change. How do we manage each of these things within us? Because if we meet as high school or university sweethearts in our 20s, for example, and we start growing together, and we have a family, and we're moving on in this journey, but when one of us gets to 30, we suddenly have this new opportunity and this new thing that has come up that we want to pursue, but it might not be in line with what the other person wants to pursue. For me, the biggest challenge that many people have in relationships is that they do not communicate enough on a daily basis, on a regular basis. And in fact, I was speaking to a friend of mine just the other day about what is it that consumes you. What are the kind of conversations that you have when you get home with your partner? Are you just sharing stuff that you've seen on social media on a daily basis, or are you having meaningful engagements as to your hopes, your dreams, your fears, your ambitions, your goals? Because those keep changing on a daily basis. The same way you will have furniture in your house for let's say a month or two or even a year, and then you suddenly feel, you know what, I need a change. It's the same way that many of us are dealing with things in our lives, in our work, in our family setups, where if we do not have sounding boards in our relationships where we can express what it is that we want to accomplish on a daily basis, then it becomes a surprise when someone wakes up one day and tells you, listen, sweetheart, I've gotten this job which is overseas, and we're packing up and we're shipping the family, and it's a surprise because you were not part of this journey from the start. There was no communication. It came out of nowhere, and what that does is it breeds anger and resentment and issues of betrayal and even sometimes mistrust, okay? Where your partner is continuously involved in your agenda for life, okay? I don't know if that's a thing, but if they're continuously involved in your agenda for life, and they can be part and parcel of your daily movement. Obviously there are going to be things that you want to keep to yourself, but in the bigger picture, anything that is going to affect your relationship, be it where you live, how much money you will earn, the opportunities that you both stand to gain. Maybe one of you is entrepreneurial and the other one is employed. Maybe one of you is a housewife or a house husband, and the other one is full-time working and building a career. Maybe one of you has gotten an opportunity that will put the family in the spotlight, and the other person is a private person. These are issues that you need to discuss on a regular basis so that it doesn't come as a surprise, okay? Supporting each other in a relationship can be the biggest tool to getting ahead and the biggest hindrance to you getting ahead. So we have to be very open and clear in our communication as partners. What is it that we are doing, and what are our hopes and our dreams and our fears on a daily basis? When I come home, you know, if I'm speaking with my wife, what I need to be able to express to her is, where am I in my life's journey at this point in time? And I need to be able to ask those questions of her so that I know where exactly it is that we're going. And as I'm moving around on the, let's say, if she tells me, you know what, I'm actually thinking it would be nice for me to open a business and do this and that. What will end up happening in my mind is, the following day, whatever it is that I'm doing in my work, I will always have that in the back of my mind that, you know what, as I'm making this decision or as I'm making this move in my career, in my life, I have to keep it in the back of my mind that my wife has this thing that she wants to do, so I need to accommodate that. I need to live accommodating my partner's desires, hopes, dreams, and fears. It comes off as being selfish when we don't do that. And unfortunately, many homes right now are suffering because of a lack of communication, where we do not express ourselves and our life's agenda to the people that we're with. We're basically roommates who just come home to share, to share food, a bed, shelter, and occasionally each other's company. We need to take it beyond that. We need to be able to trust the other person and to let the other person trust us. Let each other into your life so that you're able to know, you know what, I am supposed to be supporting this person in terms of being a life partner for them, in terms of being a companion for them, so that they can bounce off whatever ideas they have about their life to me. And if it will help them become better, if it will help them elevate and grow in their respective lives, then, you know, that validation that will come from that, the fact that you have allowed this person to grow and to express themselves, they will love you even more. I've seen it happen, you know, that someone has allowed you to live to the fullest potential and the fullest capacity that you have. It makes the love and the bond that is between you that much stronger. There's no weakness in allowing people to express themselves. And, you know, I always go back to this thing about how many of us want to control things, and we try and control our partners, our spouses. We try and control, you know, where they're moving in their lives, as opposed to allowing them the room to express themselves, but in a way that we at least are in the picture. It's one thing to allow someone to do what they want, but if you're not in the picture, then you yourself will also feel like something is missing. Okay, this is especially important now as women are growing more into their roles in the corporate space, in the public service space, in business, and you have this challenge and this push and pull where men are sort of trying to control the situation as opposed to letting the woman have the comfort and the freedom to express herself. It starts with communication. It starts with people letting each other into their respective spaces. A key factor and feature of people who are communicating health in a healthy way in a relationship is where you find active partnership, where if I know that you have something that you need to do this week, I will be the one who will take responsibility for either picking up the kids or doing the other things that would otherwise have been your responsibility, and vice versa, where we support each other, where we're trying to assist the other person in whatever it is that they're doing. This can only come if the other person is in the picture of what you're not waking up one day and saying, oh, by the way, this week you have to pick up the kids because I'm leaving and I'm going somewhere, you know. It doesn't work that way. It helps if you have a healthy level of communication where now you're taking where someone is slightly weak, you are providing the strength, and where someone is lacking or is limited, you now come in and buffer that situation. It's almost like having, well, it's not almost like having, it actually is having each other's back. Okay? And there's nothing more gratifying in a relationship when you know that you can live comfortably knowing that someone has your best interests at heart and is actively supporting you in what it is that you want to do. As always, I love hearing from you guys. It's been a while since we've been on this platform. Keep sending me your messages, keep subscribing, keep sharing. We love the conversations that we're having in 2018. All I want you to do is get yours.